Hi, Megan.
Hey,
Hi,
Stephanie.
Branu.
How
Hey,
y'all doing? How y'all
Welcome.
Brannu.
doing? Yeah, yeah. I'm
Welcome.
here. I'm here.
Hey. Well, for everybody who's watching tonight, we're super excited. Brannu, the urban cowboy, is here with us. He is known throughout Atlanta as the urban cowboy. Brannu is redefining what horsemanship looks like in the heart of the city, riding his horses through metro Atlanta. Uh oh, I didn't hit whatever. But anyway, Brannu bridges urban culture and cowboy tradition using horses as a powerful tool for connection, responsibility, and personal growth. Brannu's mission is rooted in community. He is passionate about introducing inner city and at risk youth to horsemanship, teaching life skills like perseverance, accountability, and respect through the horse human bond, inspired by the values of the Old West. He envisions building an equine therapy and horsemanship ranch just outside of Atlanta, a safe space where healing, mentorship, opportunity can thrive. His journey has not been without challenges, and Brannu continues to move forward with resilience, supported by a growing community that believes in his vision. His story is now being captured in the upcoming documentary Brannu, the Urban Horseman, which follows his fight to protect his horses and bring his dream to life. At his core, Brannu is a horseman, a mentor, and a trailblazer, proving that the cowboy spirit has no boundaries and that horses can change lives even in the middle of a city. So that's so cool. Can you tell us, how did you start? Like, how did you find horses in the middle of Atlanta?
So, I've started riding in Brooklyn, in New York City, and it's a stable called Jamaica Bay going towards Coney Island. And my grandfather used to take me out there when he could, and we would just go trail riding. So I never had a riding lesson or anything. It was just, trail horses, pay for the trail ride. And then the guy who owned it, his name was Anthony. And he still owns it, Jamaica Bay. He trusted my grandfather, and we would go out. It's called a club ride, where you go out with no trail guide. It's just you just go out with whoever you come with, but they have to trust you or feel comfortable. So somehow, um, my grandfather, obviously not me, got the trust of the guy, and we would just go out there, and I just learned through being on the trail. I wouldn't say I learned everything because there's so much more not where I'm at now than just getting on a trail horse who kind of pretty much knows the trail over and over again and follows the path. It is, so you don't want to think you're so good, and it's like, yeah, the horse know to go this way, and he's gonna take you right back to the barn, like he's programmed that way. But yeah, and still, it was. I'm from Brownsville, same area Mike Tyson is from. If anybody, you could Google what Brownsville is like, and it was an escape from my neighborhood, and it just worked for me. I knew when he pulled me up to Jamaica Bay, the smell, the smell was so different, but I liked the smell, you know. And it was an English place, so it was a lot of dressage. At that moment, I didn't know none of that, hunter jumpers, and they had the paddocks and the white fences and the indoor arena and the cafeteria and the tack room. I was just, I knew it felt different than me going to the Brownsville Recreation Center or the Betsy Head Pool or going to martial arts class. All of those places have a different smell and a different environment, and the horse, that stable, just did it for me. Um, so right now, currently, I had to grow and mature and find who I am, not what my family wanted me to be, not what my mother and my father and my environment. I had to find who I was, and at this moment, I feel like I know who I am. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. And I always had the spirit and the drive for the horse. I just didn't have the right environment to embrace it because nobody in my family does this, you know. Um, and it's not like living out in Montana or in certain neighborhoods, even in Long Island, where everybody has horses, or Ocala, Florida, you know. So it was just something that I had to get out of my head. So I started doing the typical stuff like hanging around in the street, got involved in the music, basketball courts, and baseball teams, but none of it really, I wasn't feeling it. And I came to Atlanta. I went to Clark, Atlanta. I went to college. I didn't graduate, but I did do 4 years. I didn't pass my exit exam. And by me not passing my exit exam, I went to school for PR, public relations. And I knew like I wasted my time because I can't see myself sitting in some corporation doing statistics of what's the objective and the strategy and the goal. I'm like, this is not going to work. Because my exit exam wasn't you had to actually intern at a PR firm. So you had to really do the work. You couldn't cheat. You had to go to the job. And I was like, oh, this is going to be my life? No way. So I just went straight into the DJing. And then in DJing, I had my fun and of being in the nightlife and touring and stuff. And then I started to feel empty with that too. So I was really lost for quite some time in my life, trying to find myself. Like I totally forgot about my likeness for horses because I was taught that you have to be a certain caliber of a professional to obtain an animal like that. Like that's not like getting a dog and you could walk around Brownsville with. It's like you either got to be a pastor or somebody doing very well to have the animal. And when I went to Tijuana on a rap tour with J-Kwon, he made that song called Tipsy. I saw a Mexican guy and he didn't look wealthy, respectfully. Like he didn't look like being in New York City, what wealth would look like. But he had a whole bunch of horses on the beach tied to a string. And I was like, yo, man, I forgot I love horses. So I'm hanging out with the entourage with the rappers and the girls, in that night, in that tour world, you know how it goes, right? So I see my reality and I see my heart in the same moment. And I'm looking at me and people I'm with and I'm seeing this guy and I'm like so in tune with him. But he doesn't look me in Tijuana. And everything I'm saying is respectful, right? I'm not down in Tijuana. But I'm like, damn, I forgot I love horses. And right then I knew what I was doing wasn't truly me. Like right there at that tour in Tijuana, I changed my mindset. I'm going straight for the horses. And then I went into a paint farm, a breeder. Her and her husband had these paint horses, all registered, and I went out there and I picked one out. And then that's how it started. Yep. I had
Okay,
no
so
no trailer, no truck. I was driving in a coupe. I had a coupe. You know how it is, nightlife. I had no truck, no pickup truck. I had no barn. I had nowhere for the horse to go. I just brought the horse and didn't have a place for it to go. She was a filly. She's a Tabiano. Um, and I picked her because when I went to the paddock, this lady, her husband, they had so many paint horses. She was affordable. And now I know, okay, why she was affordable. Some were like 85, 10,000. But now I understand, like, even as a filly, remember, I'm a newbie at that point. You could pretty much predict the height of a horse when they're a filly or a colt. You could just look at their legs and see, oh yeah, that's going to be tall, or you could see their you could see their conformation. So now that I know, I'm like, okay, they kept those were rated higher because of the conformation, how tall they was going to be. But that little filly taught me a lot. A lot of lessons because she was definitely alpha. And once the lady got the horse, stop me anytime because I'll keep going. It'll be my interview. Once the lady sold it to me, she called me like, when you gonna pick the horse up? I'm like, I don't even have a place for it to stay. She was like, are you kidding me? I said, I don't even have nowhere to pick her up. She said, this is your first time? She said, why would you get a filly? She said, this horse may kill you. You sure you want to do this? I said, I want something that nobody has never touched. I want to start fresh. She said, I don't think you should get a horse. You never trained a horse before? I said, never. Never owned one. So she kind of was like going to pull back from selling it to me. And then her and her husband got to liking me. And I said, I just want something nobody touched before. And she said, all right, I'm going to give you a few more weeks, but you're going to have to come get her. So then I found the lady in Loganville, Georgia, who was boarding horses at her house. And she was from Long Island. And I went there too. She was an English rider. So the whole barn is full of women, English riders now. And then I come with this this loud color Tabiano. See, at that point I didn't know horses like that, but now I can understand why they was looking at me. They said, wow, this is cute. He has this oh man, I had the little now I could rewind. I'm like, so I'm in the barn with all these warm bloods and 17, 16 hand horses, and I'm a male with a loud Tabiano filly and a hunter jumper barn. They're like, that's cute. And it just went on from there.
All right, I got a question since everybody's
Yeah.
laughing. That's you're so funny. So, like you talked about, being a young man and being in New York, getting the opportunity to ride, grandpa. When did your path kind of diverge away from being involved with his horses and having that horse experience to, like you said, it had been a long time. You hadn't been around horses in a while, and then you
Yeah.
got reacquainted. So, was it when you left high school and went to college, or did it happen earlier than that?
So I got into my grandfather do seen a horse when I was in elementary school. So days he would promise he would come. Sometimes he didn't. Um, Probably because of financial or whatever. So I didn't get back into touching horses until I was in my that's after college. It was a long time. I had forgot about horses, honestly. I was so much into the nightlife and in that wave that I forgot. I just knew like when I became this big time DJ that I would have the status and the money to get these things like, you know, coats and watches and cars. And my mind was starting to be programmed to go down that lane. And I'm glad I didn't go too deep and lose myself with the material mindset, you know. So
So,
did I answer your question or did I not?
yeah. So you
Yeah.
don't miss the nightlife at all?
Um, nah. Like sometimes I'm out, like I'll ride past places or people see me and like I have rode to clubs like recently and I'm just like, I don't feel it. I don't I don't even go to the club or I ride. And I did have some DJ opportunities and I'm like, I'm so outdated. I need to go in the club to see what is the current movement in the club. Like what records are working, what records are not. But as I look around, I'm like, I could never be standing on a couch. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I never smoked weed in my life. I never did it. And this doesn't make me better than anybody. What I'm just saying is when you're in the nightlife, it's mostly driven off of alcohol and drugs, right? The nightlife that I was in, hip hop, touring, it's a lot of liquor. And I'm like, nah. But I do enjoy seeing controlling the room, making people have fun. But music has changed so much from when I was DJing. Like the it's so different. So I wouldn't even want to even DJ for a certain crowd because I can't feel the music. I can't relate to what they're saying or the tempo or the melody is like, oh, sounds very demonic. You know what I mean? Like it has changed. And I know people probably think, well, hip hop in the '90s were in the 2000s was, but I grew up around the Jay-Z, Nelly, you know, Cash
Yeah.
Money, Little Wayne, Swiss Beats, and nothing against the newer. It's just I just can't. Like, I don't understand some of the stuff they saying. I like Future, I like Drake, but I couldn't do a under 21 crowd. I'm too my mind my mind is too you know so I did name my horses back then after genres of music. I had Spinderella, which was the Tabiano. She was named after the DJ. Let me rephrase that. I'm not calling her a horse. I just named the horse that because of my love for DJing. So I named her Spinderella. And then later on I got another paint. I had all paints at one point. Um I had
In the
Neo
Hunter
Soul.
Jumper Barn?
No, and the 100 Jumbo, I just had Spinderella. And then I found the barn I could lease in McDonough, and that's when I got the the other ones. I got Neo Soul. It was another paint. She had one blue eye. She was registered. I started meeting people, and I usually it's older females who may have a lot of land, and the grandkids don't want to ride no more, and they just trying to get the horse off. So the horse sometimes, now that I know, and I say, I'm like, she would say she's obese now, but she's just grazing. She's fat, she's obese. I was hearing it, but now that I'm into horses now, I know I'm like, yeah. So they was just no riding, just eating, eating, eating. Um, so I had Neo Soul, I had Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll was a black and white paint, and she had the little thing on her eye like Kiss, like the rock group Kiss. So I named to that. I had Country, and these are horses you can see like on the internet if you Google. He's a black and white. Had Country, Hip Hop was an all black. Um, but I didn't have no papers on him. I don't know what he was. So I had Country, Hip Hop, Neo Soul, Rock and Roll, and I had two miniature horses called R&B, Rhythm and Blues. So basically, what I was doing, I was bringing my music love and the horses. I was trying to create my own unique horseman thing going on because DJing became another reason why DJing became so aggravating because I had to be my own manager. So I had to talk to promoters and negotiate money and make sure it's there when I get to the door. Then I get to the door. Oh no, uh, just start DJing. We gonna bring it to the booth. And now you have to manage, and so it was becoming it wasn't fun because now I have to because I'm living off the DJing. It's different in college DJing. So it was just doing it by myself, had to do all the politicking. And I'm not that type of I don't like admin stuff. I like the fun of something. I don't like to deal with the politics, and that's my weakness. It's always been my weakness. Administrative, academic, I'm just a hands-on type of person. So, and I used to roll with Biz Markie. So I really had a business mindset. Like, no, you're supposed to send the money before I get to your party. And when I get there, before I start, the other half supposed to be here. Because I'm hanging with a guy like him and I see how his business is being ran. He don't DJ and then at the end of the night you standing around for 2 hours. No, you ready to go home. So my expectations became bigger, but I didn't have the representation like him or the status as Biz Markie. You know who Biz Markie is, right?
Yeah, let's talk
Yeah,
about how you got your name and
yeah.
yeah, your relation with him. I don't, Megan, do you know who he is?
She said no. He made the song, uh, "Oh Baby You Got What I Need." That was the record that crossed him over. You know what I'm saying? So he was a hip hop pioneer. So I DJ'd at the Playboy Mansion before because of him. SB Awards, Magic Johnson, All Star Weekend, the Palladium in LA. So he gave me a lot of gigs that most people that was DJing at in their 20s wouldn't have had the opportunity to. So, you know, I'm grateful for that. And he always taught me that, this is a job, right? Don't come with 60 guys to the club. This is business. Come with you, your manager, and someone else. That's it. Don't get caught up in the hype that you need 100 guys coming with you, 50 girls. Yo, we here. He said, because when you get to that corporate level of DJing, they're not, they're not, they're not tolerating that. So he was teaching me that DJing is like a regular business. When you go to work, you're going to work. And your crowd can make you not get hired. They cutting up in a party, fighting, or at the door. Yo, I'm with Biz, and go get him. And he told me roll small. If they want to come to the party, they pay because this is your job. So I really didn't want to walk away from DJing, but it was becoming the business was becoming pleasant for me. So
And so let's talk about how did you get started in your horse business?
because the DJ thing was becoming unpleasant, I was like, I got to figure out something. I don't have a college degree. I know I can't work for corporate. I just cannot sit in no office and get put on no suit every day. And oh no. So I said, I gotta figure out something. So I said, I'm gonna create my own entertaining horse, Spinderella, which I would then go to like the entertainers I knew, and if they needed a horse for their kids' party, hire me. So I was gonna teach you how to dance. Mind you, I never owned a horse before now. But in my mind, I was Pat Pirelli. I'm like, yeah, I'm Pat Pirelli. So I'm gonna teach you how to dance. I'm gonna teach you how to back up. It's my first shot. So I was still DJing when I was at the ladies' barn in Loganville. Her name was Susan. And I remember Susan taught me a very good lesson. She was a mother and a wife. And she'd been with horses all her life. She's from Long Island. So she would leave to go to work. Mind you, I would DJ at nighttime. So I would be at the barn all day. She would come home. And when she come home one day, see, I'm new to her, so she was just watching me. Then one day she came, she was like, well, one day I flooded her barn out. I'm washing the horse because in my world from DJing, everything like you can't. I could never walk around ashy like this. In that nightlife, you gotta have a haircut, your skin, your nails. You gotta have on Gucci. You gotta everything has to be like. So I wanted the horse to be clean. Now she's a Tabiano now, so she got white on her. I'm washing the horse every day. She's like, she was like, Brandon, did you flood my barn? I said, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to wash her in the stall. So I washed the horse. I'm a newbie now. I washed the horse in the stall in the winter, flooded the thing. I'm just trying to make her look clean all the time. So anytime Spinderella had a spot on her, I'm washing it. And I'm
I'd kill
cleaning her
you
up. I'm
if you
like,
were in my barn in the winter. You did that. Right here. He did.
Yeah, well, winter in Wisconsin, Megan, is a whole lot different than winter in Georgia.
so she's like, you're gonna dry the horse out. You cannot wash her every day. I said, but she gotta be clean. And she's like, no, no, let her be a horse. When she go out there, let her be a horse. So I'm new, right? I don't know. I'm just trying to make her look good every day. I'm stuck on aesthetics. That was one incident. The next incident, she comes home. She like, how long you been working with her today? I said, since this morning. She said, what you trying to make her do? I said, I'm trying to make her bow. She said, Brandon, you don't want to give her complex things before she know the basics, like just let her know how to accept the halter and, just follow you and bond. And you're teaching us her mind is not, you want her to start. Yeah, I said, she got to learn how to dance because I got a gig I'm about to get. So she got to go out there and, when I do command, she said, her mind, you rushing it. She said, how long you been trying to make her bow? I said, since 8 o'clock this morning. She said, so you've been making her try and do something all day, over and over. She said, if I made you do something all day, how would you know you did it right? She said, do a little bit and leave her alone. Do a little bit, leave her alone. But every time she see you, she's gonna think work. Like every time you like pressure on her. So I started doing little things and she started picking up quicker. One time she got it loose from me, walking her down the road. I'm trying to get her. She pulled away. I got nervous. I never had a horse run away from me. She running down the block, cars coming. So she comes out the front door and she looks at me. And I said, what we gonna do? She said, just let her settle down. I said, no, we can't let her settle down. What if she runs away and never comes? I'm a newbie at this point. Like I never, so it was, and I'm in a bond with experienced women, Hunter Jumpers, they like this guy right, this guy right here. Then a husband had to teach me how to drive a horse trailer because I never knew you have to go the opposite way. So that bond was like my learning bond. And she was very dominant horse. So she would stand up in my face sometime and you know how they run and throw the leg that way and fart. And I never knew all the behaviors, you know what I'm saying? Uh she said, you sure you want she said you sure you want to do this? You should get something that knows more than you. I said, nah, I need something that never been touched. I could do this. She said, all right. So after a while, I got better. I started doing stuff. My first gig was Usher's son. It's on my Instagram. He had a party and the horse. She did good. She ain't cut up. I took her to the club and I got a horse trailer by then. And then I made a cartoon of me and her. It was Brannu and Spinderella. And I had a pink trailer. Yeah, it was a journey. This
Wait,
guy
what?
got a pink.
Wait, what? What? You had a
He got a.
pink trailer?
So I painted because I was focusing on Spinderella being like a princess horse,
Okay.
right? So that was my target audience, princess parties. Because I'm in Atlanta, so I know how they think. Like they kind of like, So I said, okay, I'm gonna teach her how to bow. So when I bring her to the party, she'll bow to the little girl, right? And then I'm gonna teach her how to spin. You know how the horse spin? So I'm gonna teach her to spin. Now I'm not Pat Pirelli. It's all in my head. So I said, okay, yeah, that's gonna get them. And then I walk them around. And well, she didn't spin that day, but she did let me. I did take her there. I'm a little bit confident when I shouldn't be confident. I did put kids on her. No incident happened. I walked her around the club. The club was called Compound, so it was indoor and outdoor. So they let because I used to DJ there. They was like, "That's cool. Bring the horse." So, so Usher was my first son's party was my first gig with her, and then from there it started traveling, and then I wanted to do like take like the girls that's from the hood, whether you black, white, Asian, just like shelters. And I wanted to be able to bring the horse to do parties at the shelter with Spinderella. So I had like a vision for the horse. Yeah, yeah.
And did it happen? Did you take her to
Yeah,
shelters?
I started doing things for not hands on Atlanta Mission. And then the word started traveling because now I'm starting to ride out. But in the midst of me riding, I'm not noticing people are watching me. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when the legal stuff started coming in. Like it's a guy and the horse is standing up. Like I was very confident on the horse. Luckily she didn't hurt me, right? But too, she was like 14.5. You know what I'm saying? So she wasn't really like. So to outside looking in, it's like something going on. You know when you train the horse and they rear up in you and they running from you and they pull in because she's trying to. The connection is not there. but I have her in, like, I'm taking her out of the barn now. I'm taking her like in the neighborhoods, right? Um, so I never had any problems at Susan's place. Is when I went to McDonough and I was leasing his barn and I had all the horses there. That's when the problems started happening. And then the first one was when I drove the horse to Atlanta, went to the barber shop, parked the horse in front of the Atlanta Humane Society, which was across the street from the barber shop. And some ladies came, looked in the trailer, and then they called the animal control. And then the news came, and then they said I abandoned the horse on the street. And I'm like, how I abandoned a horse when my license plate is on the trailer, and I got a cartoon of my face on a pink trailer with me and the horse, and my number's there. So then that's when it really started, like, and I just started riding a lot. I would trailer the horse in. I had a truck for a little hot minute, so I would trailer the horse in, and then I just started getting confident. I just started riding, but I never lost the horse in the street. And I really like. I was trying to create my own lane because it was hard for me to get. It's hard to get into barns, especially when you're a newbie like me. It's like, all right, you're gonna start here with these stalls, clean that up, and once we go there, then I wasn't trying to be cleaning those stalls. I wanted to ride. It was this backed up childhood. I just wanted to ride. And most places will want you to be a groomer first. You know, most people not gonna trust you. But I get it now. It's like when people, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I
Well,
want you to.
you got to
Huh?
learn the system. And what was your
Yes.
vision bringing the horses into the city? Like, what was your goal there?
I'm not from the country, so I didn't have a place to ride. I just made Atlanta streets my ride, and when I still was DJing a little bit, so I would go work, tell the club owner like, hey, I'm about to pull up. He'd be like, fine, put the horse in the back. Like the places I was working, they was like looking out, like looking out for me. And I guess from riding so much, she just became so numb to noise and everything that she just became like, and then I just start training every horse, like start in the barn, start walking on my block first, walking them up and down the block of the barn, playing music around them. And I guess I would say I guess I was just confident. Um, I guess confident that I could handle the horse. Um, I just, like I said, I had no lesson. I knew who Pat Pirelli was, but that's me riding. People talk, like, hey, this guy named Pat Pirelli? I'm like, no. Then I would Google him, like, oh, yeah, he's like, he's like well branded with the
He is
posters,
well branded.
with the logo on it. It's like $110. You want to? The
Yeah,
what?
he is. And so you leased land, but then you also have purchased land. Like how does that journey how
So
did that happen?
so I leased land in McDonough first, and McDonough, Georgia, and it was a I was living in Gwinnett County, and then I'm like, I'm not driving back and forth, so I turned one stall into a bedroom in the barn, and it was me. I got a cat just to keep Tom and Jerry from climbing on me at night, and I started sleeping in the barn I was leasing, and the barn I had, it was nice. It was 10 acres. It had a covered arena with the sand, and it had woods all around it, and I would just perfect my craft right there. And people used to come, and because everybody knew I was switching over to the horses, they would come, and I was doing little rides in the covered arena. It was a really nice little barn to start off with. And then the family wanted to sell the barn, and I didn't have the money at the time to purchase. And then I had got into legal stuff because animal control in Henry County, they would come to the barn before I woke up, like 8 o'clock, leaving a notice like horse with no water in the stall. I'm like, damn, I'm still asleep. But I got the barn door closed. So when I wake up, I would see Because the barn had like each stall, you can go to the back of the stall. It had an outdoor paddock behind each barn, like a chute. So you could go to the back of the barn and look inside each stall. Um, so it was like I felt like I was like, well, if the bucket is empty, that means the horse drank it and I didn't wake up. I'm still inside the place sleep. So it was things like that was happening, but I still was riding through McDonough a lot. If you Google me in McDonough, like Facebook McDonough, you'll see Country the horse, and I would do all the Christmas events. And one time I met the judge, and I didn't even know he was the judge at Publix. And when I went to my court hearing, he was like, "You don't remember meeting me at Publix?" I was like, "No." He said, "I was in the Harley." He was a cool judge. He was in the Harley with an earring. I would have never thought. So we laughed in the courtroom. And then the prosecutor, she was like, "Yeah, I'm a horse owner," and blah blah blah. So it was, like I said, it was. I think all those things happened to make me understand. And every industry is going to be gatekeepers. And if you're trying to go to the top, everything got to be like. It actually groomed me to like to be like if you think you're trying to go there, when you get there, a lot of eyes are going to be on you. So this is your training right now, okay? But at that moment, I'm not wise enough or mature enough to understand what the world is bringing me. It's preparing me for where I think I want. I think I want to be there, but I have no idea that a lot of people want to be looking. So everything got to be beyond 10, right? Like you want to be in the light, you got to be beyond 10, So it was frustrating at first because I couldn't understand it. But now that I look back, everything that has happened to me has led me, because I never gave up, has led me to get the land that I'm at now. Like every time animal control or I would have to leave a barn, I just kept riding. I never gave up on the horses. I kept finding another pasture, and I would live in a pasture with the horses. You know those little rent little cabins you can get? I would get those and have them move everywhere I would go. And I would just live in the little cabin with the horses, whether it was a 2 acre, 5 acre. I just never said no to them. I just kept them with me. And I would just get better in those pastures. Just kept getting better and just kept getting better and meeting more horse people. And each horse teaching me a lesson. Like, yeah, she may deal with that. Spinderella may play with you, but I'm not gonna play with you. Like, if you handle me wrong, I'm bucking you, or so I may crow hop on you, or you want to be a rider, right? Well, let's ride. So I would learn. Um, and I needed that time alone with me and nature and the horse because I never had a lesson. So that time being isolated, I got better. I got better with me because the horse was showing me, I don't care what coat you have on, I don't care what hat you got on, I don't care how crisp your Wrangler shirt is. Do you know how to ride? Like, that's not gonna work with me. It's not about the presentation. It's, are we, when I see you, do I bolt or do I meet you? Like, I had to learn like the companionship of how to, you know, and you got to study the horse. You got to say, okay, well, this feed don't work for that one, or this one messes up hay. Like it's a whole nother side to it versus riding.
Oh yeah,
Like, a
huge,
whole,
huge.
that you wouldn't know unless you hands on. And I needed that because I never had that. The only thing I knew was get on the saddle, go. So I had to develop, I had to grow, I had to learn, and each horse taught me a different lesson. Taught me everyone got a different personality. Everyone has, sometimes people may sell you something, don't tell you that this one you have to learn. But once like I have an eye now, so I could see, like, okay, I see. I'm not gonna say nothing, but I see what it is. But since this is in my budget, I'll take her. I'll take her. Um, and then I started going to horse shows, like Kanye's Horse Park, and I started watching other people, and I start saying, whoa, okay, now that's a horse. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna pull mines and that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a horse. So I would go to the English, with the warm bloods and have the little 14 and a half hand horse, and they're like, that's cute right there, The pink trailer would pull up, they like, they got the long, they're like, I would see people face, they'd be like, what is he gonna pull out of that? Then I back on it like, okay. And them horses are hot and they like, the head is all collected and it's like, but I couldn't afford, I can't, I'm still, so I sit there and I watch and I sit and I look and so, and then Kanye's horse farm, they have a trail. So after I look for a little bit, I'll just ride off in the trail. So I got to see it's levels to this thing, it's levels, you know. So and I'm still not at that level. I don't have the Lakota living quarters, I don't have one of those. I want one so bad. I still with the bumper, the two bumper horse.
We did we had a Midwest Horse Tour every year is up here in Wisconsin, and they
Yeah.
get this huge like area where all the trailer salespeople come and they bring like all their top models, and it's anything from like a 2-horse straight load all the way to these really high end campers, like like tripped out luxury living. We've done a couple videos on it, and oh yeah, it's nice. That is
It's nice.
living.
I could live in that for the rest of my life and just
Oh yeah.
roll out. Yeah, one day I was when I saw that Lakota, I said, "That's it." I seen a 6-horse Lakota with I think it was like 4 or 6 with the slide out, big horn. It's real fancy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my god, 100 and something thousand.
So,
But
do you train horses for other people? Do you teach lessons? What is your vision right now?
so my like right now I train my horse, but I do train other people from riding. People have reached out to me over like I have branded myself on the street because that's all I know, right? If I had an avenue to get in with the people that's really in it, I would do it. But I'm not a waiter. Like I'm gonna just go and try to create. But I love riding so much. Someone told me, they said, yo, you'd be a great exercise boy. You're too tall, but since you love riding so much, there's people that need you. Like they will pay you. But I'm just not in that arena. And now that I got the land, January will be 10 years. Like I'm trying to create this land to be like a Western Wild West reenactment situation. You know what I'm saying? That's like my vision right now, where you could trail ride, do lessons, but it's like you coming to the wild, like a movie set. That's what I'm trying to recreate. And then I want to bring in, because I don't call myself a cowboy, because I never roped a cow in my life. I never bulldog anything. But I want to reach out to guys I know and people I know, and even people I don't know, that they can come and do like clinics, like kind of like how Pat Pirelli does, and give the crowd of people that I know that may be interested in it, but they have no access. I'm trying to be the door that gives the environment that I'm in access to it, like what I had. So I'm trying to make my place a place that can introduce you to a riding lesson, how to be a professional jumper, how to be in dressage, how to be a barrel racer, all the disciplines. And I want the facility to be able to complement that. And even if you don't have a horse, at my place, you don't have to own a horse. The horses are here, the trainers are here, the instructors are here. You just have to show up with the dedication and be able to be committed to it. You ain't got to do everything I've been through, fight the government, buy the land, till the land, grade the land. I just want it to be, I want to leave this place when my physical existence is over. I want to be able to sit somewhere on that land and be able to look down in the arena somewhere and just say, I created a place for more people to do this. I thought I was gonna be Daniel's son, but I realized that I'm Mr. Miyagi. Right? So for me, I've been riding on this. So for me, I would have loved to be Daniel's son, or Jaden Smith in Karate Kid. But I realized I wasn't, my journey was to develop me to become the mentor, the person to create. I'm not supposed to have the trophy or the ribbon. And I come to peace with that. Like, I'm just supposed to create the. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm supposed to create the place so other, not just children, people can enjoy horses the way I wish I could. And it goes back to Brooklyn. So I'm just trying to develop my place. I want to have an indoor arena. I want to have a racetrack there. I want to have nice ball.
Uh-oh. Well, hopefully we get him back.
Uh-oh. Now what do we do, Steph?
I know. Well, hopefully we get him back. I don't know if he's having connection problems. I want to hear, like, if he's drawn up plans for his property. He's just talking about, ideas. And
There he
hey,
is. Come back. Where are you
we're
going?
back. Yay.
Uh-oh. Can you hear us? We can't hear you. Come back. We can't hear you. I don't think he. Wait. Steph, can you hear me? You can? I can't hear me anymore. Is it us or is it him? Here, I will message.
We're struggling to hear you. At least we have his image. We're halfway there. We can't. Megan, you're muted too.
But he's not muted, right?
And I keep going in and out of being muted, and I'm not touching it. Here, let me try to. Now try it.
Hi. We can't hear you.
Now try.
How about if you leave and come back?
Well, this is weird. Okay, hold on. We're going to try something. Any luck?
Oh, I feel like I could hear him. Turn it up. Can you hear us? Oh, he can hear us, but we can't. Can you leave and come back?
Well, 21st century problem. I'm not sure what's going on.
Hopefully he's leaving and coming back.
Okay, it says device is not connected for him. I'm going to watch to see if we can get him back, folks.
Stay with us, folks. We're trying.
Yeah, 21st century problems. Okay, he's fully out. Hopefully he can come back in. He still has the link, hopefully. Sorry, folks. These are real world problems. Right, Megan?
It's okay. It was a great talk.
Oh yeah, fascinating
I
story.
want to keep going,
I
Steph.
know, I know. Come back. Has he said anything?
Nothing.
Well, we'll give him a couple more minutes, and if not, I guess boo hiss. The software does battle. I guess I don't know. Hopefully, I'm hoping. So fascinating.
I know. What a cool guy. We didn't even get to the documentary.
I know.
And I have a question from Anne because she can't write in the chat. We need to know does he follow anyone's training methods?
Yeah, he keeps talking about Pat Pirelli. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Okay, hang on.
Can you hear me?
Yay!
Yeah.
Better. Yeah. I don't know what happened. It was like a
Welcome back.
call coming through, and I wanted to make sure nobody. I had to go check on the horse. I wanted to make sure the call wasn't that. It had nothing to do about the horse. It's just somebody calling. But yeah. So what was the question again?
Oh,
See,
we
that's
do
why I can't
have
be
a
in corporate.
question. I don't I don't remember what we were talking about, but we
The
have
layout
a
of
word.
his farm and his goals for his property.
Okay, go
Oh,
there.
yeah. So basically, that's all I'm trying to do. And I feel like the land, when I got the land, is all raw. So, but it had a creek that goes through it, Camp Creek. It goes through it. It's all wooded, grass, a lot of trees. So I just feel like the land was vacant for 30 years. So I just feel like the land was like designed, not designed, sorry, was meant for me to have because I'm not even from that town. And it was there for 30 years, vacant, on a corner, very visible. So how did I end up with it? I just feel like it was meant for me to have it, for me to to do this. Because someone I was involved with, I had expressed to her like what my vision was, and she even told me, and these are things I didn't know. In life, you get like omens and messages, but you don't really know because you're not really aligned yet to understand it. And she was like, nobody's gonna let you do that on their property. Your idea with this music, hip hop thing with horses, nobody's gonna let you do that on their property. You're gonna have to get your own place and create. And I never looked for land. I just kept dealing with what came in front of me. And the ranch next door to me is how I found where I'm at. I was at the ranch next door. That was like my final stop. And my horses used to always go over to my side where I'm at now, and they would stay over there for days. And at one point, I thought somebody had actually stole the horses because they wouldn't come back. So I feel like the horses was telling me, like, this is your home next door. You don't even know it. Like, this is where you about to be. And this is about to be my 10th year there. And even the documentary talks about it. On the land, it's a number 10 marker on it. And I looked at that the other day. I'm like, wow, I had messages. That's how I took it. I had messages to say it's gonna take the 10 is on it. It's like a marker from an easement. It has 10. And like this is going on my 10 year, and like things are finally developing. And I have developed to understand, had to go through so much stuff to understand, for one, how to be a man, for two, how to be a better person with my emotions, for three, to understand that it ain't always going to be seen the way I see it, and to realize, and I can't take the credit for this with my grandfather. He has Alzheimer's now, but before he had Alzheimer's, in the beginning of my horse journey, he used to tell me what people feel is real, and I would just, he would talk about military stuff like subject matter expert and the 4 Ps or whatever, and I just hear him, right? But he's lived longer than me. Like he's a sergeant major, so he had to be strategic with things. And he was in corporate. And me, I just always been alone. So I never learned how to deal with people, right? You got to learn how to deal with people. Um, and know that what people feel is real. And you may not agree or see it their way, but just know that it's real. And if you know that it's real, maybe you can get to a, a place of peace easier than sometimes fighting it. All I know is fight, right? Don't mess with me, fight. Don't mess with me, fight. Like from my upbringing, right? I'm not bothering you, leave me alone. And sometimes you have to realize that other people may not see it the way you see it just because their environment is different than yours. So it's kind of like riding a horse. My eyes may just see a plastic bag. The horse eyes may see a monster. I don't know, right? I may see walking up in the trailer. The horse may see a ditch or something, right? It's like you have to realize that everybody's lens is different. And it also made me a better person with the horses of how to get a horse that never been in a trailer to get in the trailer, to take the saddle. You got to, it may not happen right now at 7:56, right? But you have to figure out how to communicate what you want to do so the horse can receive it, but don't think it's going to pass it at 7:57, right? It may pass it next week, but you have to know how to be Mr. Miyagi, Daniel's son. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. And then when it's time for combat, he say wax on and you block the punch. Right? So it's like you have to learn how to make it your daily, like your everyday organic way of moving, where it's not even fighting. You just strategically know how to wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. So these are like little things now I could say like why certain movies I like The Last Dragon, The Black Stallion with the little boy on the beach with Mickey, uh, Karate Kid, 7 Pounds, John Q. Like these are movies that always stuck with me because my spirit is here, but I'm not aligned yet with who I am. I'm still going through myself. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? Still trying to find the better version of me. And all the arrests and going in front of judges and stuff, it just made me understand it's two ways to see this. You know, which one is it? It's both. Um, and you have to learn how to be. I came at the horse thing very unorthodox. Like I did it in a very unorthodox way, and my so that's what created the. But that's all I know is to just go for what you want. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm not hurting nobody. I'm trying my best, but somebody else may not see it that way because how you're doing it. And I was getting emotional about it, right? I was like, and then it was taking the joy out of it with the horses, and but I still was allowing other people to bring their horses to my place, right? Because I had the space. But I've learned it's not always a good thing to do, right? don't 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 always open your doors if you not all the way there. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the horse thing has been in that land has it's very it developed me. It made me into a better person. Like I finally feel like I have arrived with who I'm supposed to be. Like as of right now. And I could sit back and I could see other new riders or when I'm riding in the street or people in the restaurant may argue and I'm just like, they haven't mastered themselves yet. But I get it. I know why you just cursed out and slammed the door and because once
So
you master yourself, you can you can make life an easy ride.
you
You
sure
know what I mean?
can. Oh, so we have a question.
Yeah.
Are there any trainers that you follow for their training methods, or it is truly your way?
I do not follow any training method. I have just picked up my own style. I picked up on Pat Pirelli because I'm riding and I was in McDonald's somewhere. And somebody said, "Hey, you know about Pat Pirelli?" So I Googled him and his wife. I think they're doctors. I'm like, oh yeah, he's well put together. But yeah, I don't I'm still not on that level. You know what I'm saying? So I only know. That's why I keep saying him. That's the only guy I've seen. You know, I looked up, but I'm so unorthodox. I just found my own way of doing it, and I'm confident in my way because I get the results. I just don't have the facility to take me to the next, like, next level, or not affiliated with the right professionals in horses that would appreciate a person like me. But I've been doing it so much alone. I really don't want to leave my horses in my land. But I gotta think, if opportunity come, I may need to go get the opportunity, and I probably could learn more from someone in Florida, or right, because if I want to be, if I first and foremost, it's a lifestyle for me. That's what I want people to know. It's not business. It's a lifestyle first, then a business for me, right? Because I will get up and do this whether I made a dollar or not. I will just ride. And I'm not getting horses that are trained. I'm getting horses that's not trained because I enjoy the process of, I guess, the bonding. I guess
Mhm.
that's the thing for me. Like, I enjoy remembering when you was cutting up and pulling back out the trailer, about to sit on your butt and break the lead rope, and damn near try to bust your head on the top of the horse trailer because you're trying to rear up, to the point where now I could say load up and you just load up. Or I say back up and you back up. Or the saddle can fall, and or you don't just, or I'll fall off and you just look at me. Versus, like, I'm glad you off my back, and just bolt and leave you. Like, I love seeing the connection. And I feel like when you have that connection, it's bigger than the ribbon or the prize. It's like, damn, like, me and this thing speak different languages, but we feel each other.
Oh
That's that's
yeah.
that's what I like. I mean,
And
now
how did
don't get it
how did
twisted. I would love to work for some professionals now and make some real money now, but
no, have you thought about going around the country teaching clinics? I mean, like we have Midwest Horse Fair here in April. You can contact, I'm sure, different fairs to go around and to, apply and be a clinician.
I never thought about that. Like I said, I only thought about it trying to have it at my spot. And if I leave right now, I don't know. I don't know who would watch the horses right now. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't have nobody I like really. I do have a guy. I do have one guy. He's older. We was in Harder They Fall together. I trust him. So if opportunity came, I could. But I do want to always let whoever know that, I do want to finish the mission I'm on. I would take help, a job or experience to learn from someone and be a part of a circuit that's, more polished. And because I'm mature enough to understand, don't get so caught up in you missing an arm that's trying to reach out to you. I am wise enough to know that. So if I needed to go somewhere and just sharpen up, learn, get associated, and be well received, because for me, I just want to be riding forever, or be in the culture and the industry. And like I said, not to be number one or the best, just to become better. You know what I'm saying? Just to become better.
I totally agree. I
That's
feel
my
the
goal.
same
Yeah.
way. How did you get connected with the documentary? Like how did that happen? And how has it
Just
changed your
riding.
life? I mean, it is live. Tell us about it.
So I was just riding, having to get out of my place because it was a mess. So, and I usually eat out every night. So I just went out. I get dressed. If I feel like staying on my spot, I will. If I'm like, man, I'm riding, I'm leaving this place. Sometimes I got to get out of there because I've dealt with so much emotion there. Sometimes I got to just leave, and I just ride. I just start off, and then next thing you know, I'm riding further, and then I'm riding, and I'm downtown. So I went to the belt line and just ran into this lady and her friend. They never said they worked for CNN. They just said, "Hey, what you doing with the horse?" I'm like, I'm just riding. They like, where you rode from? I said, Camp Creek. They like, from Camp Creek? That's pretty far. I'm like, yeah, I just like riding. I said, they said, so how does that work? I said, I just trust the horse. We just ride, take the street, um, and we ride. Like today, I got stopped. The cop told me to get in the street. Don't be on the sidewalk. He literally told me, don't ride on the sidewalk. Ride in the street. I listened to him for a little bit, and then I went back on the sidewalk, just between you and I. But legally, you're supposed to ride in the street. So I just rode that day. She reached back out. I guess she Googled me and researched everything. Then she said, I'm a reporter. So I'm like, okay, so where this about to go? She's like, no, no, I just see so many loopholes in all the stories. I'm like, okay. So she's like, so what do you think if I do a story on you? I'm like, I don't have so many stories on me, like so many. She's like, no, but I just feel like everyone is only from their like I see loopholes in it. And I'm like, all right. Then she introduced me. She said, but I can't do it myself. I'm a journalist. I need a team. So then she introduced Adeline to me. He used to work for Court TV. So they worked in the same building. So she put the whole team together. Um, and then the guy, Jeffrey, he did pictures for them and stuff. So again, it shows if you really love what you do, just keep doing it and you'll bump into. It may take 8 years, it may take 10, but don't time it. Because if you love it, you don't need to time it. Just keep doing it. Because when the opportunity comes, now you're polished. See, she couldn't have came to me when I had the little Tabiano with the pink trailer, washing the horse every day in the stall in the cold. It would have been like, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna be a good ride. So now I'm ready. And she said, the guy, Adeline, the director, he was like, this is bigger than a news feature. He has a story. Look how he lives. Look what he been through. Then I showed him all of mine. He got to a point I had to walk around with recorders on me so people can see like what I deal with when I'm riding. Like put it on me. And when I go to the courthouse, what this person said. So I gave them all the stuff. And then they were seeing like, well, then why they said this in this article if right here you went up on this day. I said, hey, because it's really now it's not about the horses, is that they want the land that I have. Like I have a nice plot of land in the middle of the city on a corner. You know, Ludacris lived 8 minutes from me. A lot of football. Like it's in a good neighborhood.
What do they
But
want the land for? To develop into homes?
yeah, develop. So the city offered me 3 million for it, but I turned it down because I told them I want to do my vision. I'm I had too much. I had so much pain, and it's personal. Like the land is like a baby to me now. Like maybe when I first got it, maybe 3 million would have. But from everything I've been through, 3 million. Not to say 3 million ain't good, but I feel like what I could create there is going to be worth way more than 3 million, right? Because if I take the 3 million, I'm not starting over. What barn I'm going to find already done in the city, close to the airport, with a creek growing through it, 30 acres. You're not gonna find that for 3 billion. And if you do, you back to ground zero because now how you gonna maintain it? So for them, I told them, I said, hey, let's just make this a park and recreation thing for Fulton County. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this as a, but this was before the recent. I just did a screening with the city last Thursday. The new mayor came and so the 10 years of everything I've been through, that's what I mean. Like the story is real. It's like they came, they put their face on it. The mayor spoke in front of the community, like, hey, he's been resilient. We know he's been through it. We seen it. We know how the place looks, but she gets in office in January. So I feel like this makes year 10. So we'll see, but I'm just speaking with faith that everything that went through last week, that maybe I would get a little help with how to get a grant or help. Because really, I just need the aesthetics of the place. You know what I'm saying? To just make it look appealing and more comfortable for me and the horses. Like some days it's like it's so muddy there. It's like fuck, so muddy. It's like it could just make it not enjoyable. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, I need it to be graded properly, and even though they get to be free, it's still I got to drive in there and ride in there. Um, so I think the documentary is going to bring for Hasbro awareness because they set that up with the city, Adeline and Julia. Um, but me just riding on a belt line, I ran into Julia. She set it up. I was true, but everything I've been through made it a story in their mind. But if I didn't go through those things back then, it really wouldn't be no story. So it's kind of like I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but it's all the same thing to me. Religion and spirituality. I don't know what verse it is, but it is a verse that talks about sometimes the evil that's done to you is for your good. Like sometimes it actually it benefits you if you really are doing the right thing. Like evil can't really bring you down. It really will work in your favor. And for me, I see that. I'm like, yo, um, because I was really doing the right thing and I had documentation and videos and pictures of where I got the horses, who I got the horses from, and I had so much stuff like recorded because I was trying to document my life of my journey. I didn't know I would have it would help me get it would help me be innocent. You know what I'm saying? I never got indicted for those things because when I presented everything to the DA through the attorney, I showed them the day I got the horses. I showed them I had so much video because I was just documenting my journey on this land this is my first time owning land like this. I was just documenting it, just being me. So they would see how the horses looked this day, that day, getting the feed. And one side was trying to pitch it this way, but it wasn't. Even if you look at the arrest, you will see the horses in the pasture. You could see the water troughs. If you look close at them, you can see their body, right? It was one horse that was not in good shape. That was a horse that I let somebody keep there. He confessed to the DA that the horse was his. They never arrested him. That's when I knew it was personally about me. It's like, okay, this guy just told you it was his. Animal control already knew the horse was there because, and I could email you these documents so you could just see they did evaluate welfare checkups on me every month from January to July. And I never got a ticket. They came there every month, several times. And it was like strategically done in a way, but I understand now. It was never about the horses. It's really they want to buy the land, not animal control, but somebody wants the land, which I know somebody now is the county because the county came to me this year and sent me an email with an offer. You see what I'm saying? It's like the 3 million, right? So they sent it to me twice. And I'm like, I really don't want the money because I'm not materialistic. Like, trust me, I could have fun with $3 million right now. But then I would feel like a sellout because I went through all of this all I'm gonna do is go buy another ranch somewhere. But then I'll be back at ground zero. I feel like what I've been through brings substance to make me my unique Pat Pirelli. Like he has his story, like I have my unique story that makes me me, not better than anyone, but it makes me who I am. Like at this place, it was about determination, not having the resources, not having the job, just believing in yourself, recognizing who you are from a little boy, knowing it's there, even though nobody around you could really hand it to you. You got to go inside you and bring out the best version of you. You can't blame your mama, your daddy, your neighbor, your friend. You got to go inside self, find self, go through some learning lessons because we all have learning lessons to learn, right? And down the road, you'll be a better version of you. Now you can sit back and be at peace with yourself. Like, because even Mr. Miyagi had some issues
Yeah.
in Karate Kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some issues. He had some problems. Even with Jackie Chan, he was drinking, a drunk. He had pain. We all have pain,
Yeah.
but we have to. So my goal is with that land in this documentary to let the world see it, see the truth, let it counter what they read on the internet. Let the documents be shown, the animal control reports, my videos, uh, everything. The guy who confessed, DA emails, my lawyer. Did they follow procedure? Because when I go out west, I see barbed wire everywhere. I got a animal cruelty charge because they said I was wrapping the horse up in barbed wire. No, I had tied the horse to a tree because I don't have a barn. This is a wild horse. So I tied the horse to the tree while I'm on a bobcat. I had barbed wire going from, I was using trees as my posts. So I'm nailing the barbed wire to the trees because the trees is like bordering the property. So it's based on my circumstance, I'm using the trees as posts by nailing it with a U-nail to the tree. Now, when the crazy horse wants to stand up in the air and come down on the barbed wire or pouring off, you know what they do when they don't. So I use a tree to, this is what I do. I figure if you pull down a tree, maybe I shouldn't ride you. So I tie the horse to the tree and then I let the horse get some patience. So I walk around the horse. I try to touch the feet and, it's turn like this, turn like snorting. The crazy stuff they do. And I try to put a blanket on and it's, and all this and sitting back on its butt. So I use the tree as my like cross tie, right? I don't have a barn. So I'm using nature to help me, right? So I'm teaching the horse patience. Like, you don't want to be at a place your horse tied to a trailer, you somewhere, or you at an event, and he just starts sitting on his butt and then pop the thing. So I use the tree as that's what I did. I didn't like leave him there for days, right? So when they came, they turned it into, oh, he has the horse tied to the tree with no water. I mean, horses be tied at the rodeo. I've seen it tied to trailers while they go look at another friend ride.
Yeah. They're tied for hours. So, but you've made it this far. What's the next step?
I gotta get me some dozer and an excavator so I can clean that
Okay.
place up. So I'm
Okay.
trying. I rent machines now. I rented one a few weeks ago. I tried to be not me doing it by myself. I let another guy get on it. He breaks the machine. That's why I don't like letting people. You know what I mean? Like he breaks the machine, so now I gotta pay for the rental plus the damages for the machine. Um, but it's like every time it's like, and it's like I don't want to do everything myself, but I could trust on me. So
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna rent
Andrew,
another machine.
I think that's the hardest part is asking for help, right? Like
The right
I
help. I need the
I
right help.
yeah, you need to ask for the right help, like maybe an investor or maybe a partner. I mean, sometimes I've always been told not to have a partner, but now I have Stephanie.
Okay.
But like, yeah, I mean, because now you're getting notoriety, you're in the news, there's a documentary. I mean, I think this is also another source to say, well, because I mean, I love your spirit. Like, you've just gone on and said, I'm just going to do it, right? So,
Yes.
what should you be doing? Like, an investor, money. I mean, we all need money to, you want improvements in your farm, but also you have a dream of bringing in clinicians. I think that's so awesome and
I'm,
working together. You have to ask for help.
I'm gonna. So I have some people that like the help that I have wanted to help. Like they want to like be on a deed and stuff. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like that's what I said. I feel like the right help is gonna come. I think all these is like, I guess when people see that you need it, they think it's just so desperate. But I've been tested that I believe the right help is gonna come. Like Slowly, all these things are coming in year 10. Like, I would have never met you guys. Like, the CBS guy, right? Once again, me riding, like, man, I don't feel like riding this place. It's frustrating me. The land look crazy. Man, I'm about to just ride to Roswell. I rode all the way to Roswell through Buckhead, right? Went to Bar Taco, got the horse there. I'm sitting in the cut. I'm just letting people enjoy the horse. So this guy comes up. He's like, well, who horses is? And they're like, we don't know. We don't know. So I'm just sitting in the cut. And then one lady says, this guy right here. So he comes. This how the CBS, the one that went across the globe went. It wasn't even him. It was his friend. He showed me these horses he got in California, you know, next level horses, right? I'm like, nah, I don't have nothing to look like that. So he showed me the barn. I'm like, nah, I'm not on that level. I'm right here, a little trail riding level. He's like, yeah, no, I'm just showing you what I ride. So you know I'm not bull. I said, nah, I see you got quality out there. I said, yeah, no, my place ain't like that. So he's like, well, let me come ride. You know, I do a trail ride, you know, I pay for a ride, help you out what you're doing. Um, but he never said his friend in the car was a CBS reporter, Brian, right? So this is what I mean. It keeps every time I ride and I follow my mind, I bump into the help for much as what they can do. So they Googled me too. He's like, man, I want to do a story on you. Brian called me. I thought someone was playing at first, but it was a 323 number, Cali number. So I'm like, he's like, yeah, this is Brian from CBS. One do. I'm like, okay. And he's like, so we're talking, and then I could hear like the corporate setting in the back. I'm like, listen, I'm like, okay, this is for real. So he was like, tell me everything, just talk, like I'm doing now. I'm like, man, this is how it went down. He's like, man, I want to do a story on it. You willing to do it tomorrow? So that's what he did. And it didn't happen. We did meet, but then he had to go back to the editor and all the political stuff. And that story went, I didn't pay for that. That story went nationwide, you know what I'm saying, through CBS. And he has professional reining horses, this guy, you know what I'm saying? So but he did tell me, he said, man, don't give up. Like he said, I could introduce you to some professional reiners. Like he said, but you have your own thing. Like this is what he told me. He said, you got your own thing. Like just do your thing. He said, this is should I say it? Okay, I'll say it. He was like, you know how it is when you get to them high dollar horses, them horses that only know the arena. He said, I could put you down with them, but it's not gonna be your style. You know what I mean? Like it may take the joy out of how you roll. He's like, you know, they could be snooty a little bit. You know what I mean? Like these are high end. You touch them one way, that he knows. Like these ain't no trail horses. These is push button. Like it only knows that. And if you don't do that, the person who owns that gonna be mad at you that you didn't do that because they put a lot of time into getting that horse conditioned to that pressure. Like don't them horses' mind is different. You know, you got around. I got around the Ray girl horses. You know what I'm saying? They can go to any. You know, so. He's like, but if you want to, I can introduce you to. He said, but man, you got a good thing here, man. Just it's gonna happen. So, um, like I said, you find some people that embrace you, like you embrace me. You had everything that's out there. You guys embrace me. You know what I'm saying? I did look and see. I see y'all riding good out there. I don't have nothing that look like that. Y'all riding good. Um, but it makes me. It goes to show that even if I'm not at that level yet, that there are people out there that can see my dedication of, you know, like he's trying. He just don't have like he's self-taught. He never had guidance to like, right? So I appreciate people like you. Um, because this is your
Yeah,
time too for me to put me on your network. You know what I mean? You know, so
exactly.
I look at it like I'm doing something.
It's all about working together, you know. I mean, we
Yeah.
horse people have to work together. We have to support each other. I hope someone watches this and I hope they support you. You know, I think you have I
Yeah.
do think you have to be more open and ask for help. Ride those reining horses. Why not? It's an opportunity, and I think you need to get the help that you need to complete your dream. I mean, I myself,
Yeah.
I have to ask for help, and I have a dream, I have a vision, and I made it happen. I have bigger dreams, just like all of us, and that's why we're connected. I think you should go out and
Yeah.
do it. I think you're limiting yourself still. Get it?
And ever, yeah, because he said he could put me in. Said he
Yeah,
could
call
put me in
him
with.
back. What are you doing? Get off Barn Besties and call this guy.
All right, I gotta go. I see you. No, but
No, but
no,
I think
by
you
spring.
should. Because what if he introduces you to someone else? And I mean, if you need a dressage clinician, I'll come. If you need a breeder, Stephanie can give you advice. So
Yeah.
Barn Besties have your back. So why not connect to
What's
connect to connect?
what state are y'all in again?
We're in Wisconsin. See, next year you could come to the Midwest Horse
Wisconsin.
Fair.
Third
Is it
weekend in
spring or
April.
April?
Yeah.
I'm coming.
I
I'm
I
coming.
can send you the link. You could, I mean, I know the problem with you have to have people taking care of your horses at home. So maybe
Yeah.
a clinician is not the right thing, but why not call the rainer? Right, Steph? What do you have
Yeah,
advice? Come on, give us some
yeah,
advice. You're quiet.
They may say,
yeah.
what type of horses? The horses is we horse people, so we know when you see a horse, like, oh, that's a horse. Like, then they're gonna kick one of their horses out the barn for one of mine.
Well,
I
it
Go
sounded
ahead.
to me like you kind of wanted to make like almost a farm where people could come and learn, but it also
Hmm.
kind of sounds like you want a private facility. So like I was listening to you and I was kind of like, like, are you wanting to make this like a nonprofit where people can come, kids from the city could come and learn, or maybe you get people who just it could be regular people in the city, it could be kids in need. How about like we've got kids in the city where we live, the big city near us, that have never touched a horse. There's programs, where kids can come out and learn about the country. I say
Yeah, so I do
country.
have a nonprofit now. Like, I had someone
Okay.
set it up for me. So it's on my Instagram. It's I divided the property up into different sections. So one section is called the Brook, and I have a horse named Brooklyn, and she's gonna be dedicated to, like, I made a small little, I call it Trail A. It's an easy little beginner trail, little scenery, go all the way. It's like a little U turn around and come back. It's just straight, make a U, come back. And that side doesn't need much work done. So it's a link on my Instagram, and it's a conservation club. So basically, it's trail riding, education about horses, and the other wildlife that's on the land. Because it's beaver out there. It's a lot of birds. Of course, deer. There's turtles out there. There's rabbits. So I'm trying to make that like my first. Because the bigger vision with the arena and the barn, that's gonna take some funding. So I'm gonna start off with the area that's called Brook, and it's gonna be basically where people can come. And it's a short little 10-minute trail. Our time that you walk, come back, but you're walking right along the creek where you could see other wildlife probably down there drinking out there. And I'm gonna just educate them like, hey, it's very important to not pollute the waters and stuff like that because it's for not just humans. We drink from them waters too. It go through a plant, but I'm just trying to make it a community engagement nature trail, and that's gonna be easy to do. So I've been buying picnic tables. I'm getting them painted. I'm gonna have like the horses painted on there. So by spring, I'll be able to really open that up, and then whatever donations I get from that, or if I get another movie gig, then it's really over. If I get another movie call, it's like done. Cause I'll just take the money and just get it done. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Boom.
We
Yep. So
found
I
it.
had Yep. So I had someone set that up for me. And so it's all legitimate. And that is the property right there. That's not like a fake picture. That is how it looks. That goes through the
Beautiful.
land.
It's
So like
beautiful.
it's really a cool piece of land when I like that like the horses run down there, that's it right there.
And
So
so when people donate, like what is the first thing you want to do? What's the next thing you're going to do with their, just so they can understand like,
so
oh, and how can they help you? I mean, maybe
so
not just money.
So first thing I want to do is make a little like a border outline. Like that's so basically we're gonna be that's the creek, but the land goes higher. So you're looking down at the creek. You know what I'm saying? So I don't make a fence line that kind of gives a guideline of how far you should go to the cliff. You know what I'm saying? And then I want to
Mhm.
run it all the way down the whole trail. I want to put a deck out there so you could stand on the wood deck and the real ground is under you. So remember, they'll be standing. The creek is down. The property is up. It's higher.
They'll be
And then
above.
I want to. Yeah. So you'll be when you up you'll be looking down at the creek. And then I want to get a little lean-to made for Brooklyn, right? And a little small little one horse barn with a little tack room, whatever. And then I've been buying picnic tables. I want people to be able to come out there and have their own reserve their own picnic table and barbecue grill, kind of like being at a park, but it's like everything's reserved, you know. And it's just about
Like a campground, but would it be
like a
like a
campground.
monthly subscription or do they just rent, for a weekend?
However they if they want to come for the day, whatever, or this is all new, so I just want to first come, first serve. But I want to start building like the outline first, the little fence line. So when the horse, because remember it's all woods, that the horse knows to stay in that path, and you know to stay in that path. Don't venture off. Don't venture off. So I want to keep it where it's safe, so the horse can't escape. You can't escape. It's just gonna follow that path, and then put the little farm gate there, so when they come back, they stop at the gate, let them in, take them off the horse, a little, with the mountain block,
Mhm.
and put some hammocks out there, and just keep it authentic, just a getaway, you know. That's pretty much all I wanted to do on the Brookside because all the wildlife down there is like I think would be a wow factor and then maybe get people to come out that can do like demonstrations down in the creek. I don't know, like when you go to a powwow. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it.
Have you drawn out like kind of like your property and I guess I would say laid it out to like where you want to put an arena and where you want to put like a barn and where you want
Yeah.
like a little camping area, a picnic area?
Yeah, I have a rendering already done
Wow.
from an aerial view of the land that I took from the parcel. So I have a rendering done. Um, so like I said, I think the brook will be the easiest thing to start with because it doesn't take much on that side. And then whatever we do from this, then we could just keep it going and try and enhance the other side. But this is the side that healed me. I'll be down in that I'll be down right in that creek, right on this side, just getting clarity, being still, being silent. The horse is down there with me, and I sit because trees fall and the trees are like falling in the creek. So you got like a sitting natural sitting in the creek. But there's
Have,
so much deer over there. It's amazing how many deers over there.
have you asked your neighbors if they want to support?
The ranch next door?
No, yeah, like your
Oh no.
neighbors.
The
Like
ranch next door. Oh,
Ludacris
oh.
is down the road. He could help support.
Nah, Ludacris Pat. Nah, he ain't gonna do it.
Why
Maybe,
not?
maybe, maybe after the documentary comes out and more people talk, maybe.
I
but
think you
I
should start knocking on doors. Don't change your attitude. It's like get going. Like if I was in Atlanta, I'd start knocking on doors. Stephanie knows me. I don't take no very
you can't get
easily.
your Ludacris door. He got security gates and security. But
That's
I
fine. It's just me, the white girl coming back again, knocking on the gate, like, hey Luda, what up? That'd be me. I think you should be like, hey, urban cowboy, I'm back again, buddy. Yeah, but why not? I think like get your whole community involved and show them your vision. Maybe they would actually support you.
I think now that the documentary's out, I think it's gonna get to him because of a call that came through earlier today from another DJ, a guy named Greg Street. He's a big time DJ on V103 out here. So he called me out of the blue today. That's what I said. Like
Yeah.
it's like I think he's a big influencer as far as like hip hop in Atlanta. So it's all about relationships, and uh I feel like I didn't even know he had my number. So that's why I know like it is traveling since the documentary came out. And also I seen him the other day riding downtown. So I guess probably him seeing me riding, what he heard from the documentary, he probably just got the number from the internet and he plugged me with another horse guy of his in
See?
Kennesaw.
Your
Yeah, this
next
guy.
your next step, you got to ask for help.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna come along, but I'm definitely gonna come take y'all on that offer. If I don't get no movie gig or anything, I'm gonna definitely want to come to Wisconsin and
Yeah. We have a
experience
guest
that.
house or a guest room. You can come show you the Midwest Horse Fair. So, I do have a question. If a person
Okay.
is watching tonight and sees themselves in you, what
Hmm.
would you want them to hear? What would be your advice to them?
Repeat that question one more time.
So, if we have a young viewer, one of our
Hmm.
subscribers that are watching,
Hmm.
and they see what you've done with your
Hmm.
life, you chose horses,
Hmm.
and everything else in their life is showing them something else. What advice would you give them?
Deep down inside, you know who you are. Let me know if I'm answering the question.
You're answering it.
Deep down inside, you know who you are, and you can't include everybody else. You just got to include you and what you feel is right. And what may be right to you may not be right to nobody else. But be realistic of what you're saying is right. Don't don't uh don't be unrealistic on what you know is righteous, right? Make sure whatever you choosing is something you would want to be done to you. That's how you know if it's righteous. If you wouldn't want somebody else to do that same action to you, then so and that's a hard thing to try and master yourself and when you got so much distraction. So sometimes you may have to isolate yourself to hear the voice, God, whatever you want to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
To get to your higher self, because sometimes I think many of us we're taught to pray and to look up, and sometimes we look past right here, like it's like
Right.
like it's right here. It's you just not listening because you so caught up on what's working for him and for her, and you thinking you're gonna get the same opportunities that they get. You may not,
Mm-hmm.
so find your own path and be ready to be ready to be alone and uncomfortable. That's where you find yourself. That's the beautiful thing of you get clarity when you're uncomfortable, because sometimes we get in our own way. That's what humans do. I mean, I've got in my own way before, and then life had to show me, like, you're in your own way. Tighten up. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean it's going to be answered right now, but you have to learn how to deal with disappointment. Like you got to learn how to deal with rejection. You got to learn those things. You know what I'm saying? Just like the horse has to learn with how to put a bit in its mouth and how to switch gears and how to change leads. Right? It don't come like that. It has its natural movement, but you have to get it to comprehend. Right? But you don't ask the horse, "Hey, let's go fly off a cliff." Like you can't do that. It's not a bird. So stay realistic in what you're asking for and do things in steps, like the lady told me. Just do little by little. You know what I'm saying? Don't just try to go out there and do a whole concert and you ain't did one demo yet. You you trying to do a whole Ballerman. What's the circus thing again?
Circus
Ballerman.
Soleil.
You trying to do Circus of Lay, and you ain't even bring a crowd to you to do moving too fast. Just groom yourself, groom yourself, groom yourself, groom yourself, groom yourself. Because if it's something you really love, you're not gonna feel like you're losing. A lot
I
of us
love
want that.
that.
A lot of us want that big reward. Like, yeah, I sold 10 million records. It's like most artists that go up overnight come down real fast because they haven't built layers of relationships. So a lot of times if an artist take 10 years to grow, when their career fade, they can lean back on those relationships through the radio. Now they're a VJ, or now they have a different position because they built relationships. So don't just want to shoot because you're not gonna gain nothing. Like you're not gonna gain substance for later on. You know.
Totally agree.
Hey,
Yeah.
we should. I was going to bring up your Instagram here.
Yeah.
We should talk about the documentary.
Yeah.
So when does it launch? You know, like I've been seeing that you've done some. You know, looks like in person. You're on stage here.
Yeah, that's the mayor of the city. That's the new mayor. She starts in 2026. So she's on board. She came to the documentary last Thursday. They put it on the city website. So she said she's on board. She believes in what I'm trying to do. I've had a hard time trying to get the resources because really the land is really for a corporation. When you have something that massive, you really need to have the resources, like the machinery, and all the other things, the manpower. So she believes that's another riding crew that's in the neighborhood. That's their name on the side of the shirt. They came out. Um, so I think now people understand me from watching the documentary. They understand me, and understand how and why and all of this went the way it went. Yep. So
And how do we
that's
watch the documentary?
so it's only on private screenings now through the director. But once he's trying to get it on a platform, on a major platform. So, but right now he just has private screenings here in Atlanta. There's gonna be one in Brooklyn though, where I'm from, but probably next year sometime.
We need one
That
in
was the one we
Madison,
did. That was the first one.
Wisconsin.
I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him like, and then I said I don't do admin stuff, so then I will have to give him your info. Is that cool?
Yeah, we
Because
need one
I'm
here,
not good
right,
with
Steph?
organizing. Like, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not good. Yeah, I'm not good with that. Yeah. So it's been going well. Piecing together. That's how I want the front of the barn to look right here in the middle. That's when I was protesting to the GBI to look into Fulton County.
Which one do you want me to
But
look
right
at?
there,
This
that's how
one?
I want yeah, that's how I want the barn to look from the road. Like when you're driving down the street, I
Mm-hmm.
want that to be like the wall. Like when you're driving by, I wanted to say that the barn on Butner. That's my logo.
I love it.
So that's like the visual of how I want it to look. From the road.
Yeah, beautiful.
On the outline of the whole inside the facility. So everything will be a wall around the whole. We know that's gonna cost, but I think it's possible to give it some aesthetics and a
Yeah.
little, that's the visual. And yeah, everything's transparent. Anybody have any questions? They could DM me. My phone number's on there. Um,
What's this we're
that was
flying
at
in and looking
Kanye.
at here?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's Kanye's horse park. Yeah,
okay.
that's Kanye's horse park. That's where the shows be
Where's the pink
at
horse
Kanye's horse
trailer?
park. Oh no, that's way back in the day. That's like 2012. I don't have that no more. This was the Bill Pickett rodeo that was there.
Is this on your property?
That's that is that at my yeah, that's at my spot. hmm Yeah. So that little horse right there is called Earth. The bay I'm on is called Soul. Soul is 22 years old.
Oh, wow.
That bay. Yeah.
Wow. Looks great.
Um, so that's one area on the property. Hold on.
Look at that. I see a little
No,
spot
that
so you
ain't
can
my.
have a
Oh,
little
hold on.
picnic.
Let me look. No, that ain't my spot. I'm like, I had to look harder. No, that's my spot right there. Right there. That's it.
All
See these
right.
two? That one name is Mexico, and that's Soul. So all of that used to be trees, and I cleared it out with a chainsaw on fire. See my little horse trailer over there? It ain't pink,
Yeah.
it's black. And
You got to repaint it pink.
no, I'm done with that face.
Oh, come on.
That's my spot right there. That's definitely my spot
Oh,
right there. That's down there by the creek. Yeah,
that's
right there.
beautiful.
Yeah, that's my spot right there.
Yeah, we should explain to him we're
Yeah.
under a foot of snow here, and it was 10 below uh, one day
Ooh,
ago.
It's a little brisk.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So
your
basically,
farm
that's all
looks
the tree. Yeah, that's it. That's
beautiful.
it right there.
Yeah.
So it's just raw land. It's just nothing out there.
What kind of wildlife and critters do you have out there?
Some snakes, raccoons, some beaver, a lot of deers over there. Coyote, nothing
Oh,
else. Yeah.
there's a little kiddo riding. Is that the creek?
Let me see. That's the little trail. That's my main trail. So
Oh,
I didn't disturb that part of the land. I left it the way it was. See, the other side I disturbed. I knocked down trees. So that's naturally how it looks. This is it right there.
wow. It's beautiful.
It's
Yeah, I
just,
don't think you should sell it.
no, I can't say. I'm too emotionally attached to it now. It's just too much I experienced there. So,
It's beautiful.
yep. The land says thank you. I think it's great too. Um, it just naturally has a nice little. That's just raw, no work, nothing. Just
Yeah, beautiful.
you know.
Need all those trees in the heat of summer for some shade.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to clear out all the trees. I just wanted to clear out where I wanted the arena. Um, yeah, that horse right there named Brooklyn. The one.
Oh, that's
So that's
Brooklyn.
summertime. No, that's Soul. So that's someone that came to ride. Because I'm so close to inner city, so a lot of inner city people, you know what I'm saying, they'll come. But that's how it looks when that was summertime. That's how it
That's
looks.
beautiful.
And that's just my
That's great.
setup.
People in the city can come out and experience a little, um, farmland and horses and trees and
That was an
all the
event
cute
I
little ones.
did. So now that's when it's getting cold. See, it turns, it don't look as green when it get cold.
Oh, it
So
looks
that's
cold.
yeah, that's when it gets cold. It gets real dormant. Yeah. But yeah, Soul is she's up there, but she's a good I trust her.
Oh,
You know what
look
I'm
at
saying?
her.
Yeah,
She's
I trust
super
her.
tolerant. And do you
Yeah,
teach
she
lessons? Do they come out and
yeah.
pay you?
I use her. You see
Good.
she's calibrated. You see how she just tapping, she not even paying her no mind? That's a round the way girl horse. she just she's numb to so yeah. Yeah, Soul is a good one. She's a good one. But she's
Yeah.
up there, so you know what I mean? I got her in 2020. So I had her for 5 years.
Oh,
Yeah. So she's cool.
Little kiddo
And
looks like she's very happy being on a horse.
that's Soul again, riding double with somebody with their baby. That's a guy from he paid for a ride.
It's
So that's the
exciting.
trail.
Go out on
Yeah,
your first
trail.
horse experience and be able to ride and be out in nature. Oh, it's awesome.
It's a decent spot.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think
decent spot.
something's gonna happen. I think you need to knock on Ludacris's gates.
Yeah.
Luda.
Yeah,
You got a meal to give. Come on, go and call your friend. Tell him to come over here and fix this place up.
yeah, you should get the whole community involved. I think that is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People should be happy to have rural space, you know,
Yeah.
where there's nature and trees. Trees are good for the environment. They produce oxygen for all of us. They produce shade, keep the heat out. Can't have everything in concrete.
I know. This is Yeah. See, in summertime, spring, it gets real like vibrant over there. It's like really green. Like they got free range. So
It's
that's
Well,
like
the
you
this
could
is,
land
get
good.
lost in all those.
yeah, this has been awesome.
Yeah. We
What do you think?
appreciate your time. Look at it. We've almost
Yeah,
had you for 2 hours. We should probably wrap things up, huh?
I
No,
think.
you good. That's me in New York City
Wait,
riding right here in
where?
Manhattan to the
Oh yeah,
right.
look at this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
whoa.
gosh. Did you trailer your horses up to New York?
Yeah, because I was in the color purple, so they did like a little premiere there. That's why she got that purple slinky on.
Sure.
But then you know me, I rode right over I already did it now. I rode right over the Brooklyn Bridge and went
Oh,
right to Manhattan.
oh,
Wow.
really? How cool.
They ain't say nothing. The police ain't say nothing.
No, they got mounted police
Yeah,
in New
they ain't say
York
nothing.
and look at that.
That's so numb. She can handle it. She don't because there's a
Wow.
barn. It's a barn. The barn was in Brooklyn. It's a barn in Brooklyn. But yeah, but I still have my trailer up there. So, but yeah, I never rode in Manhattan, so I just wanted to get that experience. I rode. It's like
What an experience. Oh my God, your horse is amazing. I'm just thinking, would you think AJ could handle that?
I think AJ
it's,
might be a little bit upset by
his
the
eyes probably jumping out his head, huh? Like what's going on? What's
Nah,
going on? What's that?
he leaves the arena. He goes to Midwest Horse Fair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
This
we
is
we
true.
do we do leave the arena. We even go on trail rides too.
Chase
Yeah, shit,
turkey.
we need doing the New York ride was fun. I mean, it's not
It
much. You can't open up. It's just walk. You can't open up out there. It's just
no.
no. That's just roll. Yeah, but
That's
yeah,
fun. Did you ride the horse in for a premiere?
yeah. For the color purple. Yeah,
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 that's fun.
yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool. What's this?
That's the color purple. That's one of the scenes I was in. Uh, so I got hired to ride horses. It was a stunt contract, but they ended up switching it, but they still kept me on stunt contract. So they had me do that as well, getting out that boat as the pastor. So that's Fantasia. So I'm gonna try and get all this stuff back to the people from the movie and let them see. It's just trying to get it to them the right way. But
What's it
those are the
like being a
huh?
stunt rider? I want to do that. I
Stunt
want to
riding
be
is
I want to be
stunt,
in a western with the
stunt
long
riding is
petticoat.
stunt riding. The best movie I was in was Harder They Fall. I did 6 months in Santa Fe. You get
Wow.
paid every day for just
Wow.
being a being a for doing what you do every day.
That'd
Uh,
be
the stunt
cool.
the stunt coordinators they get you use their horses, and then the
Mhm.
horse get paid too for being
Oh,
used.
I'd bring my
Uh,
own horse.
so stunt riding is cool. I mean, really cool.
You might be a little too tall for those western movies, but I think AJ could pull it off. What do you think, Steph?
I think AJ
They
is
go to
up for
Pink
just about
Trailer.
anything.
I don't
That's
have a
the pink.
pink trailer.
That's the pink trailer.
There's
Where?
the pig trailer.
Oh, there it is.
See the cartoon?
You got to bring it back.
Yeah.
No, I can't do that. No,
You got to
I
bring
can't.
it
No, I
back.
can't do that no more.
You got
No.
to stay true to your roots, man. Pink trailer.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't do that no more.
Come on, stay in touch with your feminine side. It's all
Come
good.
No, I can't do
on.
that. It
You
was
gotta-
fun while it lasted.
Look at that. So, do you still utilize that logo?
So that was my first creation, the paint academy, all paint horses. I still got it. I just haven't. What I'll probably bring it back once I do the. That was for all my paint horses, the paint academy.
Yeah.
Well, you saw our logo.
Yep, the cartoon.
Yeah, love it.
Yep.
Megan
So it's
probably
all
thinks I'm
good.
crazy, right, Megan?
Yeah, you are. That's okay. We're horse people.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
All
all
right.
All
good.
right, I'm going to go back up to the top so people can see your Instagram.
Okay.
There it is. What you're looking for when you're on the gram.
The
That's cool.
grand.
I bet you've got stories from being a stunt rider, being on film sets.
Oh yeah, man, stunt riding is just good. Free living quarters, get hotel, per diem, and then you get to be appreciated for doing something you love to do, and you get paid every day.
That sounds
I
good.
mean, you get paid on Friday, but you get a standard contract, a standard rate, and then every time you hit the floor, you get adjustments. So if you do a stunt that's like every time you hit the floor, they may add $500 to your regular pay for the day. So if you hit the floor
Wow.
10 times, that's 500 times 10 plus what you got paid for the day. Stunt
Wow.
riding is good. Like stunt riding is awesome. It's just I got in because I let somebody hold my horse for an audition, and then the stunt rider, the coordinator, asked the guy who horse is, and then that's how I got hired. It's so I wait for this. I don't have an agent or nothing. I just wait for the stunt coordinator to reach out
Mm-hmm.
when they get films. But the harder they fall was the best ever, like in my experience for me.
Wow.
That movie helped save the land because I had to pay it off at a certain amount of time. So, like I said, I could have started over in New Mexico and
Mm-hmm.
then, but I just didn't want to give up on when I started.
No, you shouldn't.
So I came back. But yeah, it was. If it's politics in that too. With this, it's like once you get in, like the stunt coordinators, they do good, and if you're on their good side, they'll keep hiring you if you fit the description of who you need to stunt for. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm, that's
Yeah.
cool. All right. That was awesome. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate
Yeah. I'm glad
you
we
guys
got to
have seen.
meet for
You've
sure.
seen his website. To go to right there on the screen down below, Megan.
It's right there. I'm pointing towards it. Does that look
Yeah,
better?
that way. That's
There you
good.
go.
Okay,
Yeah,
when I
Megan
look,
doesn't know her left from her right. That's
It's-
okay.
it's opposite. I'm gonna take a picture and show you.
Yeah, it's probably
Anyway,
mirrored somewhere down below.
yeah,
Yeah.
we
Well, thank
locked
you for your
in.
time.
Thank y'all for the
yeah.
experience and thanks
Yeah.
for opening your doors for me, and I appreciate that.
Keep in touch with us. Let us know
I
how this is
will.
going. We can always have
Sure.
another live stream. Love to chat again.
All right.
Hear about your next big thing. We would love to hear
And
that.
and you said it's in April, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Midwest Horse
Okay.
Fair.
Third weekend in April. Starts on
Third
a
week in
Friday.
April.
3
Okay.
days. It's crazy, busy, insane people.
And
A
we
lot of
will share
fun.
your story. We'll share the live stream,
All right.
and we'll just keep growing our community.
All
Yeah.
right. Cool. All
Yeah.
right, y'all.
All right,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
everybody. Have a
All right.
great night, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to share this link with your friends. Share his story, and again, there's that website. And
All right.
yeah, there you look at that. Good job, Megan.
All right, y'all.
All right, have a
Good
good night.
All right.
night.
All
Have
Bye,
a
right.
good
See.
ride
everybody.
All right.
home.
See you. All right.
Thank you for